Taylor, Steven Adams had 13 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds. Just what makes him? I mean, we know about the strength. You know, everybody talks about how strong he is, but I mean, what else is it? Why is he so good at offensive rebounding?
He's amazing. Back-to-back games, 20-plus rebounds. I mean, I wish I could give you a really good answer to that. He's amazing. He's special in that department. You have to ask him, and he'll probably give you a good, funny answer. But he's just got an IQ in that department. I mean, he's got tricks. He's been a master at that for so many years. He's find ways to get better, and just super proud of him to like add the scoring piece behind it too. You know, the touch shots, the dunks, the up and under finishes. You know, especially late in the game was huge. But obviously, strength's a big part of it. You know, but I think he's just got an IQ. You know, you don't hear that all the time when it comes to rebounding, but you have a knack for it, and he's been doing it for a long time. It's really impressive, and it helps us out a tremendous amount.
Tyus Jones ties a career high 5 threes. I think in the first half he hit 2 of those on back-to-back possessions in transition, like quick trigger. That was not his reputation. That was not the way he played before he got to Memphis. His three-point frequency has increased every season since he's been here under you. How much coaxing did that take to get him to change the way he played a little bit and become a more aggressive shooter?
Yeah, I mean, tons of credit to Tyus. As you said, just progressively getting better year after year. I mean, he was huge for us tonight. Our bench was huge for us tonight. You know, Tyus plus 14 comes in, just helps us get on a run. We were sluggish to start, and then we finally get some stops. He knocks down a couple of big threes for us. But, you know, we just challenged him when he got here how to just grow his game. That was one area. We knew he was going to be a primary piece for us, you know, offensively, you know, just to facilitate, but also how can he be a scoring threat for us? You know, he's going to get into his, you know, floater game and mid-range game. You know, he's an elite, you know, assist to turnover guy. But here's one area that we want to challenge to get better in, and he actually was willing to accept the challenge. And, you know, as we always talk about guys being, you know, somewhat a little uncomfortable, getting forced, you know, to do some different things, but he's just run with it. You know, it took a little time for him to get going, but, you know, I've been really impressed with this year, no matter what his role is, come off the bench, be a starter, you know, play with different lineups, play longer stretches, shorter stretches. When he has an aggressive mentality, it's usually good for Tyus.
Taylor, just whether it's Steve-O's rebounding or his activity as a help defender and drop coverage, just how would you describe the value that he adds to the team, like in the trenches, doing the dirty work?
Yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed. I can't remember if I said it a couple of weeks ago, but just like making winning plays on the margins. You know, obviously the rebounding is going to show up in the stat sheet, but, you know, he's blocking shots, he's altering shots. He takes up a significant amount of space, the way he moves laterally, what he does in pick and roll, knowing that, you know, Fox was a big priority coming into the game plan tonight on top of Sabonis, that lethal pick and roll combination, being able to guard both of those guys. I thought it was really impressive, you know, how he was up at the level of the screen. He was pressuring Sabonis. He was able to control Fox while DB was, you know, busting his tail to get back in front and do an amazing job there. But it's really impressive that he does so many other things beyond just rebounding for us. You know, the pick and roll play, you know, offensively, defensively, blocking shots, and now you see him going to be a more aggressive scoring. You know, he's adding more to his repertoire, making a huge impact on our success.
Taylor, you already alluded to how much Tyus had with the bench help, but how valuable was the bench work to secure the win that actually didn't show up in the box score?
Yeah, I mean, we came into the game, we talked about how I think the Kings had like a top 5 scoring bench, you know, maybe plus minuses. They were one of the best in the league. And then our bench came in. Obviously, we had different guys step up. You know, Tyus was huge for us tonight, plus 14, D-Rod plus 10, X plus 6, Kennedy plus 4. But definitely want to single out, you know, Kennedy and X in particular, you know, guys that have been out of the rotation for the most of the season, but taking advantage of opportunities to play with the hustle. You know, D-Rod played a game. We talked about that before. Jake played, you know, a couple of games. Those guys just staying ready. No matter how many minutes you got, you have an opportunity to make plays. I thought Kennedy, with his defensive activity, the pace of play, assists, you know, he had a big one in transition. X with a couple deflections, block shot. You know, it's just impressive. You know, next man up mentality. Those guys seeking opportunities to want to get better. On a night like tonight, where we needed different guys to step up, they were big because we knew their bench was a big priority, you know, to their success. And our bench did a phenomenal job winning that battle.
Taylor, the schedule's unrelenting in the NBA. It's only January 1st, but you just finished a stretch where you played a lot of the best teams in the West, the East. Having gone through what you guys went through, losing some games on the road, now rebounding, like, have you, as you enter 2023, do you feel like this stretch, I don't know if taught you anything is the right word, but did you come out of this, you feel like a different team maybe, this recent stretch?
TBD, honestly. Just really, proud of our guys responding after, a difficult road trip, difficult, first game back home against Phoenix. I think we're just learning. We're far from a finished product. We're never satisfied. I think Josh said it the other night, just finding consistency, individually finding consistency, as a team finding consistency. The ball's going to go in the net or it's not, but are we consistently playing with pace? Are we, playing with a pass? Are we having the urgency and edge to start every single game? Tonight, we didn't. We didn't start in the first quarter, didn't start in the third quarter, but our guys just found a way. I felt like when we were on the road, when we'd get down, we just couldn't really overcome that. We got a little frustrated and, not pointing fingers or anything. We just couldn't find our groove. We just kind of dug ourselves holes. But no matter whether you're, at home, on the road, we've got to find better ways to start games, finish games. 48 minutes. Putting 48 minutes consistently together is the big takeaway. Luckily, the last couple of games we played a little bit better, but we're always going to challenge ourselves. Now going on the road on a back-to-back, we've got to be able to take care of business our way on our terms.
How satisfied were you that it came on the second night of a back-to-back with maybe the legs a little weary in the third quarter? And I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the technical seemed well-timed. How'd you like how they reacted to that?
I mean, whatever gets our guys fired up. I did what I did. Our guys, luckily, were battling. I mean, they were trying to figure it out even before I got a technical foul. So tons of credit to them. But they kept competing. And the Kings still had runs. In that third quarter, we were able to get a little bit more separation. As the fourth quarter went on. But just credit to our guys. They knew it. They knew it at halftime. They even when I think it maybe called a timeout in the third, they still knew it. But they were chatting it up, making sure they were pushing each other to continue to find that groove. End of, I think this was 6 and 10, happens in the NBA, right? Every team goes through this, but we just had to find this, this second gear that we need, and credit to them, they figured it out.
Defensively, 3 games in a row where, you've been really active, and I think 41% shooting today. We talked about how you guarded the Pelicans yesterday and the Raptors as well. Anything in particular you've talked to the team about to kind of, get these performances that kind of look like, the Grizzlies defense when it's playing at its best?
Yeah, we talk to our guys about when we go and execute what we're capable of and we should be doing, whether it's, team-based stuff or it's, opponent game planning wise, usually is good results. We make teams have to earn everything that they get, but tonight if we had breakdowns in transition or it was rebounding in the first half or, missed coverage and someone gets a wide open 3, then we're going to pay the price. But when we're locked in and dialed in from the start of the game, start of a possession, whatever it is, and we do what we need to do, it's going to be really hard to score on us. And that's just a collective effort. It's communication, it's urgency. That's the stuff that we're trying to find consistently, just one possession after another, one game after another. Great, thanks everyone.